say there was no family. There was no Manson family. There was a group of people that were having a good time. They say you told them, the leader business, you told them to go murder. That's what they testified.
No.
Did Watson testify to that?
No.
Did Watson say that?
No.
Did he write a book and say that?
He may have said it in his book after he convinced himself of it.
Yeah, he did.
But he said this basically, this is what I thought Charlie wanted me to do.
Yeah.
See, what happens when you're dealing in the street and you're dealing in life and death? Life and death is going by you like this every day.
Right.
There's a guy with a knife.
But you're not dealing in the street. You're up in the mountains fighting
No,
to get
this
parked.
is where my thought is running, see? You guys sit down, you compute all this, and you know, this all, but to me this goes by, like I may face life and death situations 4 times a day, like it was dust on my shoulder, you dig? So Tex has a little problem, he has a little problem, he gives me a gun, he can't deal with it, I have to go deal with his problem.
Which is?
I have to go shoot somebody for him. Because he's too much of a coward, and he's laying up underneath the bed with it.
Who'd you shoot?
I had to shoot lots of Papa.
Who?
Some guy down in the drug world. I had to go down and take care of some business that was not my business. So Tex owed me one. So when I come back and I say, see, you got me in trouble. Every time I stand up for you, brother, I got to face your life and your death. You dig? I'm tired of carrying you on my back. And I threw the gun. I said, now you owe me one. And if you don't pay me when you owe me, then I'm going to pay you what you owe me. You see what I'm saying? In other words, I have to go into another person and put on another face
I got it.
Play, you know.
I understand. So you say to Tex, you owe me one.
That's right. So then when my brother gets busted and my brother's in jail, then I tell Tex, pay him what you owe me. Well, I said, don't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not part of no conspiracy. I'm not breaking no laws. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not getting involved in nothing. However you do it, you do it. I don't care how you do it, but don't bring it to me. I just come back and say, sir, I got a traffic ticket.
But that's not what they say.
Who's they? Who's they said
Susie
that?
Atkins.
No, Susan Atkins never said, I said, do anything except do what Tex said. And I did say that. I said, Susie, you owe me? She says, yeah. I said, you remember the 3 dudes I fought for you? She said, yeah. I said, remember that other dude I cut his ears off for you?
Yeah.
She says, yeah. I said, well, then pay that to Tex. Don't bother me with it.
All right. After you knew what that had happened at Sharon Tate's, the most brutal murder that people were aware of. Not that there's not a lot of other brutality around, but this got attention. What'd you think?
Well, I looked over in Vietnam and I said,
No. What'd you think about Sharon Tate and her unborn baby?
What did I think about it?
Yeah.
It's not my world. I don't live in that world.
Well, so you didn't care?
Care?
Suppose
What
Texas...
the hell does that mean, care?
Well, it means love. That means some
Put
sense
me in a solitary confinement, break my teeth out, break my ribs, brush me up, kick me down a hole,
Right.
and then come back and tell me about care. I don't know what care is, man.
You said to Tex, you owe me one. Tex goes out and commits this atrocious, horrendous, horrible crime.
It's atrocious from where you're looking.
It's atrocious where anybody looks.
No. I look over at my lane, and I see those guys running through there, and I say, good job, man.
You didn't say that.
I would have if I'd have been the general in that. You better believe I would have said it.
You would have said, good for you for killing those people in my line?
Man, when you're in war, mister.
Okay, but what does war have to do with Sharon Tate's murder?
What's it got to do with any murder?
But then you said one more death. It doesn't matter.
Wait. They picked up they wanted to stop the war. You don't make no change without bloodshed.
No. You didn't feel any remorse because maybe Tex misunderstood you if you accept that link. I didn't mean for you to do that, Tex.
All right. Let me cool down a bit.
Okay.
How you doing today?
All right.
Good. You got a girl.
Right.
She lays her bridge over troubled waters and all that. She's buying a stairway to someplace, but her welfare check didn't come in. She's got all these things in her head. She's willing to die for this. And she comes and she says, this is my station in life. I'm an angel. I have a cause. This is what I was destined to do. She decides she wants to get up on this road and do this. I tell her, do you realize now that you're only taking your own life? And she says, yes. Yeah. How could I have remorse for her love's giving to the world? On the altar of that, I wouldn't hide it. I would say, that's beautiful. But to those who cannot give in the word love, they would hide it and say, oh, how terrible it is. But ask the Ayatollah when his young son goes out there and gets his legs blown off, or someone dies for something they believe in to die and martyr themselves into forever, you dig? Mm-hmm. Then someone that can't see that as being love, they turn around and call it dirty. and they call it nasty, and then they make their children into be criminals and crooks, and then they hide them up underneath the thing. But let me explain this to you. In that life there, as these men will tell you here,
Right.
people hang themselves on the ventilator in the cell next to me every day.
And nobody outside of where you live can understand that and can relate to that because it's a life they don't know and will never know.
Because they don't care. I do.
Right.
But they'll turn that around and they'll say that I don't care, that they do. And then they'll say, we'll go help the misused children.
All right. Let me
finish that thought. They said, we're going to help the misused children. I said, well, if you're going to help the abused children, what about these penitentiaries across the country? Aren't they abused children too? Or did you forget those?
Charlie Manson then was an abused child.
Every man in the penitentiary.
Well, we're not talking about every man. We're talking about you. I mean, so you look now at that life you've lived and you say, man, that was an abused life. And that was a man, you made him into what he became because you beat on him and you pushed him, right?
Okay.
That's your...
So in your world, you could take a slice of a pen and write it on a piece of paper and destroy 200,000 people, and it's okay.
Well, not me.
Because you don't have to see it.
Yeah.
It's all right because you don't,
Okay, but was it okay? Was that murder okay because you didn't see it?
Murder? There's no murder.
There
in the
wasn't
Holy
murder
War.
at Sharon Tate.
There's no murder in the Holy War, man.
Was it a holy war? Was Sharon Tate's murder a holy war?
The whole thing is a holy war. Wait a minute. Because you want to draw a line and say this is crime and this ain't crime.
No, I don't want to join the line. I just want to speak about the specific instance of that murder for which you're in this place now.
All right. Say what you have to say.
I'm asking.
Asking what?
Was that murder?
Was it murder?
Sharon Tate?
No.